Good afternoon, students. Welcome to lesson 2 of our carbon chemistry. Subscribe so that you can follow all of these lessons. Now, by then we looked at the structure of diamond and the structure of graphite. We saw their properties and we also drew the diagrams, and I hope you wrote something and I hope you understood. So now today we are heading on to the uses of graphite. So what is the importance of graphite? The first one, we have 4. The first one, it is used to make pencil leads. This is because it is soft and black. So the other pencil lead, the other thing in the pencil which you use while drawing, it is made of graphite. So graphite is very important. So that is the first use of graphite. The second thing is that it is used as a lubricant because it is soft and greasy. It is used as an electrode since it is a good conductor of electricity. So it is used as an electrode because it is a good conductor of electricity, unlike diamond. And it is used as a moderator in atomic reactions. So in atomic reactions it is used as the moderator. A moderator I mean. So now, having looked at the diamond and graphite, so now we need to know the differences between diamond and graphite. How is diamond different from graphite? So now you can copy, it has no problem. You can pause the video and copy, and please do not forget to subscribe, like and comment. In case you have any question, you can write down in the comment section and I will try by all means and I give you an answer to your question. So subscribe so that you can get all the lessons smoothly, because if you subscribe, if I upload my video, you are the first person to know that I have uploaded the video, and you have to follow all of these lessons smoothly. So it is necessary for you to subscribe. So now back to our lesson. We are looking at the differences between diamond and graphite. How is diamond different from graphite? That is the question. So they always ask these questions, especially in mocks. I think most of you have ever seen on them. So now diamond, it is colorless and transparent, whereas graphite is black and opaque. Diamond is very hard, whereas graphite is soft. Then it has high density. It has high density of 3.5 grams per centimeters cubed, whereas graphite has a low density of 2.3 grams per centimeters cubed. Also, diamond is a bad conductor of electricity, whereas graphite it is a good conductor of electricity. And as we saw the structure of diamond, it is tetrahedral in structure, whereas graphite is a layered structure with hexagonal rings. Also, electrons are used up in bonding. All electrons in diamond they are used up in bonding, whereas in graphite there is 1 electron per carbon atom that is left, which enables graphite to conduct electricity, whereas diamond does not. So now let us amorphous carbon. We saw that we have 3 allotropes of carbon. The first one was graphite, the second one was diamond, and the last one is amorphous carbon. So now we saw the structure of diamond, graphite. Now we want to see what does amorphous carbon contain of. So now we are saying that it is a black non-crystalline form of carbon, whereas diamond and graphite they are crystalline forms of carbon. But for the case of graphite, I mean amorphous carbon, for it is non-crystalline and it has a low density. Diamond has high density, followed by graphite, and then lastly amorphous carbon. Then now we need to see the forms of amorphous carbon. It is made up of many forms. The first one we have wood charcoal, we have the animal charcoal. We shall come to see how all of these ones they are formed. The sugar charcoal, the lamp black, and the soot and the coke. So now let's begin with animal charcoal. So animal charcoal is obtained when bones are heat. When you heat bones in absence of air or in limited supply of air. When you heat the bones in limited supply of air, that's when animal charcoal is formed. And because of this, it contains a lot of calcium phosphate, hence it is used as a fertilizer. I think you can check there the notes. You can pause and write because they contain all of that thing which I've explained. So now we go on sugar charcoal. Sugar charcoal is made by dehydrating sugar or glucose. Sugar or glucose. Sugar, it is the one called sucrose in chemistry. Then glucose it is the one which the one from the maize flour, the cassava flour, all of those ones, they are called glucose. So now when you put sulfuric acid on either glucose or sucrose, as you can see on the equation is glucose and you pass the sulfuric acid, you are forming carbon and water. And I think senior series you are aware of balancing these equations. Then sucrose, you still form carbon. So that carbon formed after dehydrating sugar or glucose, it is down that we call sugar charcoal. You can copy and write those equations. You can also write the note. The note is saying that sugar charcoal can also be obtained by heating sugar in absence of air to drive off water. So now let us look at the lamp black, the soot, and the carbon gas. What are they? So now, for them, they are formed when fuels like petroleum, kerosene, turpentine, and natural gas. Natural gas is the benzene or candles when they are burned. For example, when a candle is burning, there is a thing which is formed on top. It is the one that we call lamp black. And you can see the equation methane burning in oxygen forming carbon and water. So that carbon is soot. Then lamp black, it is important. It is used as printer's ink. The other ink which they put in printer, it is made of lamp black. And it is also used as a filler for rubber to make tires. Also used to make shoe polish. The polish of shoes is also important in making those things. So now we go on and we see coke. So now coke is a form of carbon formed by heating coke in a limited supply of air. So when coke is heated in a limited supply of air, that's when coke is formed. And it is also a form of amorphous carbon. And now this one, it is used in the extraction of metals. As we shall see later in another topic, we shall come to discuss the importance of coke in the extraction of metals. So we shall have to understand more. But from here you can just know that coke is formed when coke is burnt in a limited supply of air. And it is also a form of carbon. Then you have the uses of coke. We have seen it is used as a reducing agent in the extraction of metals, and it is a source of energy. So now coal. Now for the case of coal, as you have seen, it is a form of carbon that exists as a combustible black or brownish black rock. It is mainly composed of carbon with some elements like hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, and nitrogen. I think these elements you already know them from the senior 2 chemistry. And it is formed from plant remains that are protected by mud and water from oxidation and biodegradation. So now, coal is in different forms. You can see the different forms of coal. They are all given there. You can copy them. So now we come to this subheading saying proof of allotropy of carbon. How do we prove that all these allotropes of carbon, that they are surely made of carbon? We have the graphite, the diamond, and the amorphous carbon. How do we confirm that they are for sure of one person or of one man called carbon? So now that one is a common question, but when you're answering it, it's like an experiment. So for us to understand that, we get equal masses of diamond, graphite, and amorphous carbon, and you burn them in pure oxygen, each of them on its own. So now it is observed that each it produces the same amount of carbon dioxide and with no any other product, and that one therefore confirms to us that all of them they are made of one compound, carbon. So now let us look at the properties of carbon. How does the carbon behave? How does it behave chemically and physically? So all types of carbon, they have similar chemical properties but different physical properties. So the physical properties may be different, but the chemical properties they are the same. So now let us look at the chemical properties. We are going to look at what happens when carbon is burnt in excess oxygen. So when carbon is burnt in excess oxygen, carbon dioxide gas is formed. From that equation, carbon as a solid plus oxygen as a gas, it forms carbon dioxide gas. And carbon dioxide gas is formed if carbon is burnt in excess oxygen. If it is burnt in limited supply of oxygen, it forms carbon monoxide gas. And now you have to balance the equation. So we have very many chemical properties of carbon, but for now we are stopping on these two. So in our lesson 3 that is coming on, that is soon to be uploaded, we are going to discuss other chemical properties of carbon, and later on we shall go on. So as I told you, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and if you have any question, do not forget to write it in the comment. So after clicking subscribe, make sure that you click on the bell aside for notifications, such that if I upload a video, they inform you about it, and then you have to follow. So now, otherwise, thanks for listening, and don't miss lesson 3, because we are going to have very many lessons. This is chemistry, there are other lessons of biology, the other lessons of mathematics, ICT. So all of them, they are going on. So subscribe so that you don't miss any of these information. So have a nice day, and don't forget to like and share with your friends. Don't be selfish, because these lessons are going to be very many. So try to share with your friends so that they can also get informed and begin following the lesson. Otherwise, thanks, and have a nice day.